Hi everyone, this is a benchmark assignment called Ethical Issues in Researching Surrounding Communication. It is an informational video for healthcare professionals that focuses on ethical issues and implications in research surrounding communication. There's going to be a total of 5 topics to talk about today, so let's go ahead and dive into our first topic. We will be identifying the principles of scientific communication. The scholarly article Principles and Ethics in Scientific Communication and Biomedicine identifies various principles of scientific communication. This all happened because in 1978 there was a gathering in Vancouver for general medical journals establishing guidelines for submitting manuscripts to the respective journals. Over time, this group expanded and it turned into what we know now as the ICMGE, the International Committee of Medical Journal Editors. They hold annual meetings and developed the uniform requirements for manuscripts submitted to biomedical journals, which has seen multiple editions, with the most recent one in April 2010. The UR covers not only technical aspects of manuscripts, preparation and submission, but also ethical principles regarding publishing, editorial policies, and potential conflicts of interest. Many scientific journals adopt these UR principles as their instructions for authors. The main principle of scientific communication emphasized in the UR are clarity, which means it's clearly written. The language used in scientific communication should be clear and understandable and concise to the target audience. Jargon should never be used, and complex concepts should be explained in a straightforward manner that the audience can understand. Another principle is accuracy or reliable data. For scientific communication, it should be based on accurate and reliable data always, meaning research should carefully analyze their data and ensure that the conclusions are supported by evidence. There are also the principles of simplicity, accessible medical study reports, understandability, reproducibility, which is essential for verifying the validity of research, peer reviews, honesty, objectivity, citation and credit where it is due, accessibility, and ethical consideration. All right, the next key topic we're going to talk about is the ethical implications in human research as it applies to the allied healthcare professional. Allied healthcare professionals play an essential role in conducting research or participating in research projects, and through this, we can apply evidence based practices. Ethical principles are there to guide the actions and decisions to ensure the well being and rights of research participants. Some key ethical implications that allied healthcare professionals should know are informed consent, benefits, and non malfeasance, privacy and confidentiality, especially concerning HIPAA laws, and fair participant selection. For scientific validity and integrity, it is of most importance that the allied healthcare professionals that are involved in the research process should maintain scientific rigor and integrity. The research design, methods, and analysis should be conducted with precision to produce reliable and valid results. Falsification or fabrication of data is absolutely unacceptable. There should be no conflicts of interest, and research must disclose any potential conflicts of interest that could influence the study's results or its interpretation. Allied healthcare professionals should avoid financial, personal, or professional conflicts that they may compromise the objectivity of the research. Allied healthcare research also have an ethical responsibility to continuously monitor the research progress and participant of the well-being. If any unexpected adverse events occur, they should report them promptly to the relevant authorities. Lastly, it is most important to respect participants and treat them with respect and dignity as you would want to be treated. This includes considering cultural sensitivities, ensuring autonomy, and addressing any concerns or question raised by the participant. The next topic that we're going to talk about is analyzing the ethical issues around communication when conducting research in the allied healthcare field. The scholarly article, The Ethics of Health Communication, sheds lights on some of the issues that surround communication when conducting research. When all professionals interact with patients, they should ensure informed consent, providing clear explanations about the purpose and nature of the interventions, as well as all available alternatives. Respect, freedom from intimidation, and the use of understandable language are important aspects of this exchange. Effective communication should be clear and comprehensive without necessarily being too exhaustive or just too much. It's essential to strike a balance between providing complex explanations and ensuring that the patient's comprehensions without overwhelming them with excessive information. Careful handling of complex issues such as benefit and risk, disease screening, and risk factors are necessary to avoid misunderstandings and misrepresentations. Cultural beliefs and concepts must be respected even if they lack a scientific basis and may not be understandable to the allied healthcare professional. The next topic we're going to talk about is how you would communicate effectively with patients, families, and healthcare providers within the scope of practice. As a healthcare professional, it is vital to be aware of your scope of practice and communicate within these boundaries. You can do this by refraining from offering advice or opinions that are outside of your expertise. When speaking with patients or families, there are some strategies that you can use to make sure that you are not only communicating effectively but professionally. First, use active listening by giving your full attention to them when they are speaking. This means maintaining eye contact, nodding, and using verbal cues to show understanding and empathy. Use clear and simple language and avoid medical jargon, and use language that is easy and understandable to the patients and their families. This helps them to comprehend their condition, treatment options, and care instructions better. Always treat them with respect and empathy. Try to understand the emotions that they could be going through, especially after like a bad diagnosis or something like that. Building trust with your patients is crucial in healthcare communication. Be honest, transparent, and reliable in your interactions and intentions, and follow through on commitments. Pay attention to your nonverbal cues, such as body language and facial expressions. You might be telling your patients something that you don't even mean to be telling them. Understand their cultural background and communication style to enhance rapport. Engage in interprofessional communication that promotes teamwork and enhances patient care. Offer them relevant and accurate information and don't talk too much about things that don't matter when it comes to their treatments or their conditions. Respect patient confidentiality at all times and refrain from discussing sensitive information with unauthorized individuals. Lastly, follow up. After any significant communication or interaction, follow up with the patients and their families to check on their progress and address any new concerns that they may be having. By using these communication strategies, healthcare professionals can build strong relationships with their patients, families, and colleagues that leads to better care, improved patient outcomes, and overall a healthy environment for everyone. Hi, in this section, we're going to talk about ways to demonstrate effective skills in writing oral correspondence to communicate information and ideas that are clear, professional, and respectful. Here are some ways to achieve this. First is understanding the purpose of what you are writing. You need to know the main objective and what you want to achieve through your communication. Next is knowing your audience. Tailor your message to the person that you are sending the message to. Using a proper format. For example, if you need to send a text message, don't send an email or vice versa. You want to start and end with a professional greeting. So this could be yours faithfully or sincerely. Be clear and concise. State the main purpose of your correspondence in the opening paragraph and don't use jargon. Get to the point quickly on what you want to say. Maintain a formal and respectful tone throughout the correspondence. Avoid using informal language or slang. And then lastly, follow up if necessary. If you don't need to follow up, and all your questions are answered, then that is fine as well. So, in conclusion, and what we have talked about is that this benchmark assignment on ethical issues and research surrounding communication equips healthcare professionals with the knowledge and tools needed to uphold ethical standards, communicate effectively, and ensure the well being of both research participants and patients. It emphasizes the crucial role of ethical communication in promoting better healthcare practices and outcomes for all that are involved. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was informational. Thank you.